Alright, my brothers and sisters, this is our Zerg versus Zerg build, and if you take a look at the screen, you'll notice it's eerily similar to our Zerg versus Protoss build, because it is. It's the same build. The attack is a little tiny bit different versus Protoss. We're trying to go in and kill the pylon, depower his production, and then from there it's pretty much a free win. We can pick away at the probes. Versus Zerg, our goal is to deny his expansion. Now, if we aren't able to accomplish that for some reason, our goal is still the same as before. We default into trying to keep those lings alive as long as we can, be as annoying as humanly possible without losing them. And if it gets to a point where it's too risky, too dicey to keep them in his base anymore without risk of losing them, we'll pull them home for defense. We're making drones behind this. We just don't want to be forced into making any more lings than we have to. So let's take a look at the build. I'm going to do it live for you versus a Zerg player, and I'll explain it. We'll jump right in. All right, we have ourselves a Zerg. Let's walk through the build. So we're going to be 12 pooling. So that means we have a couple seconds in the beginning of the game. So let's click on our hatchery and let's control group it. Then let's click on our overlord and let's send it to the pervert pillar of our opponent's natural. Once we're at 200 minerals, we're going to be making a spawning pool. Where we build it is not incredibly important. What I want you to focus on is getting it down as fast as we can at the 200 mineral mark. The next thing we're going to be doing is making 3 drones with our larva here. And then with our next 100 minerals, we're going to be making an overlord because we are supply blocked. And because this is Zerg versus Zerg, we always want to have vision of the most direct rush path available. So let's send this overlord right somewhere in the middle of the map. The reason we do that is because Zerglings are very, very fast, and we need to have vision if they're coming at us. So once this overlord comes out and the spawning pool finishes, we're going to end up, as soon as this finishes, we'll get our 3rd larva. Now let's make 6 Zerglings, and we're going to control group them. Whatever you want to use does not matter. We're going to wait. Now we're going to make with our next larva, this is now 8 Zerglings. We'll pull a drone from the main. We're going to come down and we're going to take an expansion. And then we've got 1 more larva, and that's 10. So as they come out, we're immediately running across the map. We're not hesitating. We're no time to waste. While we're waiting, we're going to make a queen. We're going to make a drone. And we're going to go right up to 22 supplies. So our next larva is going to be another drone. Our next larva will be a gas. And as we come up, our whole goal is to try and deny this expansion. Now, we want to keep these lings alive as long as we can. We do not want to lose them under any cost. We win the game, it's that simple. The reason why we want to keep these lings alive as long as we can is very similar to Protoss. Because of the way we opened, we're low on drones, so we don't want to be forced into turning any more larvae than we already have into lings. So if we can't kill that natural, that's okay. Our job is to be as annoying as possible while making drones behind it. It's that simple. Now, a lot of the times in Bronze, we're going to be outright winning the game. And if we don't, what we do is we just keep those lings alive. We make some drones at home. And then once we're at a comfortable number, you know, we're on 1.5 base economy, we can just make a bunch more lings. And we'll get our ling speed with our gas, and we'll win the game that way. We can also go into roaches. So it's really that simple.